Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. So, how to do a clean install of Mac OS on an Apple Silicon Mac. Doesn't matter if it's a Mac Mini, Studio, Mac Pro Tower, any other laptops. It's all about Mac OS on Apple Silicon here, okay? First thing you're going to do is unplug any external drives that are attached to your Mac. This way you don't screw up formatting the wrong drive. Because when we're talking clean install, we are going to format the drive. Everything's bye-bye. Okay, so you're going to need to make sure you back up your information that you want saved. Okay, so, and like I said, disconnect any external drives. Now, if you are not working with a actual Apple keyboard and Apple mouse on your computer already, so your third-party stuff, then you might want to make sure that you have either a USB dongle keyboard attached or a wired keyboard. I have a Logitech keyboard and mouse that are Bluetooth, but they also have dongles, but I don't even know where they are right now, so I kind of had to score a different keyboard and mouse for this. It's wired, because even though your Bluetooth devices talk to your Mac when they're bound once, they don't stay bound when you're reformatting and reinstalling an OS, okay? Only an Apple keyboard and Apple mouse will always stay bound. So, third party, no. So, once you've completed all that stuff, make sure that your monitor is actually turned on, because they do tend to go to sleep, so wake it up. Push and hold the power button and do not let go. Okay? You're going to hear your Apple gong. Do not let go. And you want to keep holding this until an options screen appears. Now, things may not appear right away. It says it's going to go into power mode shortly, so we got to turn that back on. And boom, we're there. Okay? So now we've got our Macintosh HD and our options. We want to go to options because we have to format this thing. So we're going to hit continue. And it's going to start booting itself into the options area. Now, every time you upgrade your existing operating system to a new update or to a whole new OS, you don't have to worry. You're not going to lose anything because you're just doing an update only. This is doing the internet recovery from scratch and formatting the drive, so you get the most latest Mac OS already there. So no update, right? Because when you go update, you do tend to use a little bit of extra space than normal, but when you put a raw operating system in, you don't get that. You will save on space. You do also tend to save on RAM usage as well. So anyways, select an admin user account known for this, for the password for, okay? Say okay, alright. Now it's going to want our password. So we need to type in not our Apple ID, but we need to type in our other password. And boom. So now we have these choices. Now we're not putting a new copy in quite yet because we need to format the drive first. We don't want to overwrite an existing OS because that's like doing an update, right? Or you'll end up with the recovered folder of a pile of junk that you don't want either. So, disk utility. Now, you want to view all devices. So, right where it says disk utility here, it says view. Click that, show all devices. You want to go to where it says internal, because we're doing the internal drive, okay? And we're going to click on the Apple SSD, okay? The very top selection only. Then we're going to click erase. Then we're going to give it a name. Now you can give it any name you want. It's up to you. Now the format routine is APFS. Okay, even though we do have other choices. Yeah, you can't install Mac OS onto exFAT. You can't install it on MS-DOS. These don't tend to work right either, so we have to go Apple APFS in this case. And we hit erase. Now, it says to erase or delete the volume, you will need to fully erase this Mac. This will delete all media data settings on all volumes on this Mac. An internet connection will be required to reactivate this Mac and reinstall macOS. So, okay, erase Mac. Erase and restart. Now I'm redoing this. I've been running an external Thunderbolt drive as a main boot drive, and I'm still going to be running it for quite some time. But I wanted to redo this and show you guys how you actually do this, so that you know yourself. Because a lot of people, they own Macs, but they have no clue on how to do this even properly. So we're not setting up the Mac for resale purposes. So we don't have to sign out of our Apple ID account, but we will have to re-sign back in to reactivate it. Either way, so but we don't have to sign out. Now if you are prepping this to sell the Mac, you will have to sign out and remove it from your account. Otherwise you're going to have an activation lock. Okay, and right now it's asking me to activate my Mac, so it's go ahead, it's doing its thing here. And we're just going to wait until it's ready. Now it wants the Apple ID attached to my email address. Okay, so for this little section, once we got that done, we're good. Now we click Exit to Recovery. Now we can reinstall macOS. And continue. And continue. Now, depending on how fast your internet connection is, depends on how fast this gets done. Okay, it's going to vary. It may say 2 hours, it may say 3 hours, but it's not going to take that long. Those timers, I don't know why they always lie, but they're kind of like cover your butt estimation, I guess, because, you know, they figure, oh, well, you know, it depends on your internet connection too, right? Which it does. We've got an extremely fast connection here and we really like it, so it actually gets done a lot quicker, but we're not going to make you sit through all of that. To set up the installation, macOS Ventura, click Continue. So yes, I agree. Yes, I agree. Click on the drive itself, because that's the drive we're doing. And click Continue. And it says 2 hours and 55 minutes. It's lying. This will be instant for you, but I'm going to let it go just until it gets to that next screen portion that we need to get to. And then we'll continue. So this will be instant for you. And we're back. It's done loading the operating system. Woohoo! So from this point, we're still not out of the woods for Bluetooth part. We're going to have to still go through the motions here and do all the stuff we need to do here. Say not now, yeah. Not now, don't want to transfer. Sign in with your Apple ID. And that's the next thing we got to do, is we got to sign in with our Apple ID, get all that over and done with, and then just progress from there, and you're set back up and ready to rock and roll. So kudos, man, all the way kudos. So I'm going to leave you guys with the video from this point. Or should I? Nah, let's continue, but give me a second to sign into this thing first, okay? Okay guys, now that you've done your Apple ID and you've set up your account, voila, we're at this screen next. And we hit continue. And keyboard setup assistant. Whammy whammy. Yes, we're done. And that's it, other than if you want to see where your drive is, go to Finder Settings, click Hard Disks, and there's your Macintosh HD. That's going to have all your stuff in it. And that's it. That's how you completely and fully reload your Mac right from scratch. And once you're done, you're done. That's it. And now you've got a fresh, clean operating system. Your drive is completely usable again for whatever space is left over after the OS. Now, keep in mind, if you are a GarageBand user, iMovie user, you're not going to find those programs in here when you reload your Mac yourself at any point in time. When you initially buy your computer brand new, all that stuff's already there, and you just got to do the updates and whatnot. But when you reload your Mac, iMovie's not there, GarageBand's not there, because there are a lot of people that don't actually use those programs, which is completely fine. But there are those of us who do, and so we have to re-download them and reset everything back up. Same as all your applications that were on your computer, bye-byes, and now you have to re-download them fresh and clean again. And there's nothing wrong with doing this at least even once a year, okay? It's been over a year for me since I did it last, but I kind of figured, well, I'm running a test on a Thunderbolt drive being as my main external drive for a boot drive and everything drive. And it's working out absolutely beautiful for me, so I don't have to use the internal. And where I'm going to leave this computer right now is exactly where it is. I'm not going to be reinstalling any of my apps on my internal drive, because I'm still using the external in there. And I'd actually love having that 1 terabyte external drive. And it's pretty much the exact same speed anyways as my internal, so I don't even notice that I'm even running an external drive as a boot drive and everything drive. It's working out fantastic. Anyways, so it's not that hard to do. It's very easy. I've walked you through it. It's no big deal. So that's what I'm going to leave you with, other than one little bit of information. When you are buying used Macs, any used Apple product, actually, for that matter, any used Apple product, if there is a password on that device, run. Because even if you get through the password, you still have somebody's Apple ID and account that's attached to that device. And unless you have their password, you cannot remove their account from the device. Like, even to sign out, it's not that simple of a process. Apple's security is so tight now, it is like right stupid, but also good. So buyer beware when buying used stuff. Make sure that it's been signed out of, there's no passwords anywhere. Make sure that when they reloaded it, that they actually did sign out of their account and remove the device. And if you're not sure, if they even are sure, then try signing in on the spot with your own info, and if it allows you to go through and sign in with your own stuff, then you're doing good. If it fails for any reason, then they never signed out and they never removed it from their account, in which case you're buying yourself a brick at that point. So yeah, buyer beware. But this, for everybody who owns their own stuff already and you want to reformat it to go, you're fine. If you're redoing this to sell it, make sure you sign out, remove from your main cloud account as well, so there won't be any cloud lock whatsoever, and then just format it and erase it, but don't go through any of the setup procedures when it's done doing the installation. Just power it off at that point, and then it's ready for the new user. So anyways, thanks very much for watching. Catch you on the next one.